EWM BBP Template. Hi everyone, my name is Milos, SAP Logistics Solution Architect for Cortrust. And today finally I'm gonna start explaining the 10 key elements that the EWM BBP is composed of and what makes a great EWM BBP. Let's start with elements 0, 1, and 2. 0 being what is a BBP, element 1, the intro, and element 2, the system integrations chapter. So step 0, what is a BBP? BBP stands for Business Blueprint. It is a key document in an IT project implementation, specifically EWM implementation. And it's basically the agreement between the business and IT on the scope of what needs to be delivered by the project, what needs to be covered by the IT solution, and what kind of solution will be put in place to cover the business need. So it's a key agreement between the business and the IT. And it's a very important document because before we spend any mandate, so any effort into actually implementing, building a solution, testing it, we need to find an agreement of what do we want, and that's the scope and the business processes to be covered, also called business requirement, and how we're going to do it, how we're going to solve this problem, how we're going to cover that need, and that's the IT solution, the design that needs to be part of the BBP. So that's why the BBP is a key document. Usually it can be a Word document, it could also be a PowerPoint document, it could be also a group of documents that together make the BBP. In my personal opinion, I found that one single PowerPoint document can be a very good balanced way to be able to visually represent the key information, but still not go too much in the details. Too many details is not good. Too little details is not good. You need to find the right balance. Some of the details you will only discover during the implementation itself. So it's really important you find the right balance between the requirement is clear, I know what's needed, the solution design is clear, and I feel confident that it's going to cover the business need, but I don't write every single line of customizing, every single line of setup that I'm going to do. I leave that to the implementation phase. Okay. So that's one thing. That's what is the BBP chapter 0. Element 1, the introduction. So you always want to have an introduction because in the intro, what you set up is the overall scope of the project, the goal of the project, and what's ultimately the business need, and what is the aim to be achieved with the project implementations. Sometimes you have an old WMS solution, so an old software that needs to be replaced, and EWM could be the new software. Sometimes you have, for example, a need for major efficiency, or you are expanding the plant and you need a bigger, more reliable software. So depending on the goal, your approach in the design might also be impacted. All right, so it's important to clarify that from the beginning during the design. Another thing is you usually want to put the reference like pictures of the plant, how big is the plant, so some general guidelines and the situation of the plant so you understand the context in which the overall project is done and therefore how the design was done. That's in the section 1, the introduction. The second section of the BBP is system integration. The system integration chapter is crucial because you basically want to visualize, it's very important to make it visual, you want to visualize the system landscape. So the different systems that are involved in the overall process and that are somehow interacting with the EWM system. So for example, it could be the ERP system, or it could be also the MES system, so the manufacturing execution system. It could be also the automation. So if you have automated software automation, so physical AVS systems, or you have conveyor systems or full ASRS in your warehouse, you want to map those systems separately interacting with EWM. So you need to understand how they interact, which systems are connected to each other, what's the role of each system, so you understand that in the overall design, everything's going to work okay in the end when you put everything in place. This is also the moment where you see the interfaces between systems and therefore you understand additional effort or changes that are needed to the existing system interfaces. All right, so we covered today the what is the BBP, the introduction chapter, and the system integration chapter. Tomorrow we will cover the master data chapter and the warehouse structure. And I look forward to the last series of the video, the last part of the videos, when I will share the entire EWM BBP template for you to download for free, and hope you're going to find it useful. If you have any comment on what I described here, so the intro, the what is the BBP, and the system integration, just let me know in the comments. See you soon. Bye.